Someone offers you $100 per hour to watch any movie on repeat. Which movie do you choose? $100 per hour? Literally any movie. I don't care. I would prefer something that keeps me engaged, like Seven or something like that, but for $100 per hour I don't care what movie it is. Don't care? Be careful or you'll get stuck with Barbie, Fairytopia. $100 per hour. Grab the popcorn. I'll put in my 8-hour workday. I'll even pull overtime. When I was 14, I watched Titanic 3 times in a day. Easy money. I read this at first as you watching Titanic 3 edit. Well, my first silver or better. Thanks, I guess. That damn ship won't stop sinking. Spaceballs. Merchandising. Moikandizing. Groundhog Day. A loop within a loop. I think I'd go crazy. Watching it twice a day, from Monday to Tuesday, 208 days a year, so that's 416 by 141, length of the movie, equals 692 hours of Groundhog Day. That's 69K a year. The entire Elo trilogy, if I can count all 3 special editions edited together a movie, then this is my answer too. It's fantastic, plus it's long as fuck, so it'll get repetitive a lot less quickly. 9 hours long, $900. Plus they're my favorites movies, so win-win. Christmas Vacation. I watch it pretty much on a loop during the season anyway, may as well get paid too. Probably Hot Fuzz, so I can just keep spotting details each time. I was going to say Shaun of the Dead for the same reason. Scott Pilgrim for me. Anything by Edgar Wright, preferably Scott Pilgrim or Hot Fuzz. The amount of detail in these movies makes sure I don't get bored until like the 30th rewatch. Definitely Scott Pilgrim for me. Revenge of the Sith. Hello there, General Kenobi. The Fifth Element. At least you got lunch. Good philosophy. See good in bad, I like. Shawshank Redemption. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I could never get tired of that. 'Tis but a scratch. Stop. Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions. 3. Air the other side he see. What is your favorite color? Blue? GETSENTTOOBLIVION. Pulp Fiction. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King Extended Cut. The longest possible film is probably the default meta choice. The Gods Must Be Crazy. Is that the one with the cola bottle? Everyone seems to be interpreting this as being like a job, where you're doing it for tens of hours a week as your primary form of income. But what if you just do it every now and then for supplemental income? Something like Han. The car needs a new timing belt, but we're a little short. Guess I'm watching Dark Knight a few times this weekend. How could you go to work for whatever your normal hourly rate is, knowing that you could be in bed watching Shrek 2 with a bowl of buttery popcorn and earning $100 an hour? Because no matter what the movie is, you're going to get sick of it sooner or later, probably sooner, and it will eventually become unbearable. If I choose one of my favorite movies, then that movie is ruined for me forever. If I choose a bad movie, then I'll likely not be able to stay with it long enough to get any real income off of it. So much better to just keep this arrangement as an occasional hobby that happens to turn a small profit instead of relying on it as my main living. For $100/hour? Any movie? Are you kidding? That's not enough money to get me to watch Cats. Edit, the number of times the word butthole has showed up in my replies is too damn high. So here's me, reacting to seeing Taylor Swift's CGI cat butthole. https://youtube.b/m2pi1fljanie. Depends on if it's the butthole edit or not. Super Troopers. I watched this and Starship Troopers on repeat for one of my year-long deployments. When I worked at Walmart in electronics, that was basically my job. Watch Finding Nemo for 8 hours a day on loop, or whatever comparable kids movie had recently come out, and I got a hell of a lot less than $100/H for it. We had Megamind on repeat with one of the Samsung displays, I think. Tangled and then eventually Wreck-It Ralph. They might be good movies, but it really does make you angry stuck listening to them 8 hours a day. When your friends say they want to watch a movie, and you roll your eyes because you know whatever they choose, you've seen it a million times. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Alright, let's do this one more time. Something in Spanish with subtitles so I can become bilingual and understand my Spanish-speaking patients without a translator and get paid for the engaging activity. That reminds me of the Zach Galifianakis quote, "I want to learn Spanish so that I can watch the Spanish channel and figure out what I've been laughing at for all these years. Oh brother, where art thou?" or The Big Lebowski. That's just like, your opinion man. Over the line. Jaws, but I wouldn't get anything else done. Every time I stumble upon that movie, I end up watching the rest of it. Fight Club. You notice new things every time. The Princess Bride. You've made one of the classic blunders. Nothing like a good MLT, you know, a mutton, lettuce and tomato. Mean Girls. That movie is so fetch. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Shrek is obviously the only answer here. My wife told me I had to stop singing songs from the Shrek soundtrack or else she'd divorce me, and I thought she was joking. But then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Primer. I doubt I'd have it figured out after 20 hours, so that's 2 grams right there. As soon as I finished watching that, I spent like an hour reading flowcharts and synopsis on what happened. I'm still confused. I had a somewhat opposite experience. I saw the movie and left thinking, wow, that's so clever, I can't believe X made Y happen, and no one saw Z coming. I saw flowchart a little later, and it was more like, Event X12 from Timeline 4 creates Paradox Y4 when version 3 of Character 1 goes back to Timeline 3 and creates Event Z53 that begins Timeline 5. Realized I'm too much of an idiot to even realize how much I missed. Backdoor Sluts 9. I don't know, man. It's a good movie, but it doesn't even come close to how good the book was. I couldn't get past the first page. Not for lack of trying, the pages were stuck together. One I hated, because no matter what movie it is I'll end up hating it anyway. For $100 an hour I'll watch any stupid movie. I wouldn't want to watch scary movies though. Honestly, a scary movie might not be that bad. Horror movies get a lot of their horror from the unknown, so once you've seen everything that'll happen 2 to 3 times, you can just focus on all the little mistakes that most people wouldn't catch on their first viewing. Also, a lot of scary movies have terrible writing, which could become a humorous thing to focus on in a The Room sort of way.